Today's project is going to be installing a winch on my 16-foot car hauler trailer. Now, I had to make a decision on how I want to install that winch, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I know a few people have done this, but I wanted to see if I could put this winch inside of a box and keep it out of the weather and keep it all kind of self-contained. Maybe keep it from walking away on me on the trailer if I had that problem, but mainly I just want to keep it out of the weather and keep everything self-contained. Now, I got all these products at Harbor Freight. I'm not sponsored by Harbor Freight. I just use a lot of their stuff, and you know, I've had good luck with it. I've got this Omni Pro 220 welder that I'm going to be using today, and it's served me very well for the last few years, so very happy with it. But the plan again is to put this winch inside of the Harbor Freight 2 3/4 trailer tongue box, and I got the Badlands ZXR 9000 winch, and I bought some mounting channel up here, which I'm not going to use as it's intended. I'm going to cut it and slice and dice and weld it and whatever I need to do to get the mount the way I need it. And then obviously I'm going to have a battery, so I've just got a Group 27 deep cycle 12-volt battery that I'll run this off of. But the challenge is getting all this to fit in this box here. So I already got started on the project. So let me pull the bracket out here and show you what we've got here. Again, this is out of that mounting channel that I picked up. And unfortunately, the little fairlead piece that comes up, I wasn't able to use that because it added some distance here, and I need every 1/4 inch that I can get. So I had to cut it down to just the size of the winch, and then I took the extra pieces that I cut off the channel and I used them down here and welded them on. This is what's going to get me the right height inside the box. And then my trailer has got a 5-inch piece of C-channel that runs from the tongue back, and I've just got to punch 4 holes in here so I can mount through that C-channel and make it secure to the trailer. So let's take a look at how this is going to look once it's inside the box here. I went ahead and I cut out the fairlead. I obviously put the box on the trailer, marked it out. I went ahead and used the bracket that I bought, that mounting channel. I used the fairlead piece on there, right there, and I used that to draw my template, and I was able to cut that out. Now the winch is going to sit in here, and it's going to clear this lip right underneath here. It just barely fits underneath there, so I've got it as high as I can because my trailer's got a 5-inch drop from where that C-channel is up to the deck. And this box fits absolutely perfect, but it meant I've got to raise the winch all the way as high as I could get it in here to be able to get my fairlead and my rope to come out on that deck without, you know, having to use the roller all the time. So I wanted to make it as smooth as I could. Now, the couple challenges that I'm going to have is, one is the lever on the winch. I'll show you that when I get it mounted, but I might have to trim that down to be able to spin it around. But my real challenge here is the distance from the front of this winch down here over to this latch here. I've got to be able to put a 6 3/4 inch battery in there, and it's really tight. I may have to do a slight modification to this latch assembly just to pull it back to the front a little bit. But let's go ahead and get the winch mounted on there, and we'll take a look and see if we've got enough room or what we're going to have to do with that. All right, I'm attaching the bracket here to the winch. And as you can see, I made a couple modifications. I went ahead and I welded in some gussets from this same material. I had a little extra and I thought I would beef it up a little bit. But so far everything's going good. I'll get this mounted on here and then put in the box, and we'll see how she all fits. Okay, here's the final look at the install. Again, I was using all Harbor Freight products. I've got their 2 3/4 cubic foot trailer tongue box. I have the Badlands ZXR 9000 winch and a Group 27 deep cycle battery. So it does all fit in the box with a few minor modifications. One, I did go ahead and drill out the rivets around the handle so that I would be able to pull this out if I wanted to drop the battery straight in. But what I was noticing is that I can put the battery in if I go at an angle, drop it in that way. But this being a lead acid battery, I didn't really want to have to do that all the time. AGM would be okay. And I also had to trim the lever here. The good thing is it is solid aluminum, so you trim it off, it still looks good. Now I can spin all the way around without hitting the box. So that worked out real well. The fair lead up front that I did up here, welded in a couple brackets here. So the fair lead, it lines up perfectly with the winch. One final thing I might do is, as you notice, you're going to have a hole here in the back of your box. So I'm going to get a piece of sheet metal and make it where I can just drop it down, maybe put the winch over to the side or make a little cutout for the cable. And that way I block most of that hole, keep critters out, things like that. So, but let's go ahead and do a quick demonstration of the winch, give you an idea on the speed on this. I did mount the box down here in the corner, so I still have a lot of room in this box. You know, I've got some room here. I can put a few things once I tie these cables up. I've got all the room on this side, and as you saw in the mount, there's actually a channel in this mount, so I can put like a recovery strap in there and still be able to reach in and grab it. So let's take a look at the winch here. All right, so that's just a 50-pound weight, something to give me a little tension. The only other thing I may add to this is a battery shutoff switch to run on my positive cable there, just so if something goes wrong, I don't have to try to get this wing nut off real fast. I'll be able to just flip a lever and I'll be a little safer. But yeah, this install went nice. Very happy with it. Hopefully this gives you an idea if you're looking to do this to your car haul or trailer. I highly recommend getting a winch on there and putting it in a box if you can. It'll keep it out of the weather. So if you like this video, subscribe, leave me a comment below. And this is how I get paid for these videos. Again, it's just your kudos for things like this. So I will see you on the next.